Hope you enjoyed that, LinkedIn family. We're going to carry on the discussion now. So, Mike, talk to me, or tell our viewers about your perspective on happiness at work.
Yeah, sure. I've had quite a varied career. Started off in the military. Well, I actually started off in a fish and chip shop when I was 15. Then I went to the military and lots of other different little careers. I was, paid quite well in the military, but became quite unhappy. I then did a bit of traveling, lived on monasteries, studied Buddhism, traveled around the world, and then came back feeling very enlightened, as cliche as that sounds, and decided that for me to be happy, I wanted to make a difference through business. So I opened my first business, which I ran for 4 years. I opened a gym. And actually found the opposite became true, because I put the business ahead of all my other needs, and actually found I became quite unhappy and unhealthy. So I went from having no goals and no direction, being in a career that made me unhappy because it wasn't aligned to me, to having lots of goals and lots of focus and lots of vision, and actually making myself unhealthy and unhappy through the business. So there's two kind of extremes there. And what I've taken from both of those experiences is that if we don't prioritize our own personal happiness in the pursuit of our goals, in the pursuit of our jobs, in the pursuit of our lives, then things don't go very well. So in order to be successful in business, you need to prioritize your own happiness. If you've got employees, you need to prioritize their happiness. Otherwise, you're going to have high turnover, and you're going to feel more stressed than before you had employees. If you're doing it on your own, as I'm sure Alden's going to help us discuss, you're going to feel lost and unhealthy and unhappy. If you struggle with any aspect of your market, of your business, it's going to make you feel unhappy, as I'm sure that Sydney's going to cover. And we've got we live in a digital age now, so we need to incorporate the digital world into how we can manage and improve our health and happiness. I think it's important that we don't try and replace humans with digital, but I think it's absolutely essential that we use digital to enhance what we've got. But if we ignore happiness or we forget it, business is going to be a negative, not positive.
Do you know what, watchers and listeners, it's almost as if we've planned this, because Mike has given the perfect bridge to our other contributors. Alden, you're, I know, you're fabulous. Alden, you're dealing with businesses, and we had a discussion earlier about the real struggle. Tell us what's going down, man.
Well, at this moment in time, there is a massive struggle out there for businesses. I mean, the good thing about it at the moment is a lot of people are trying to create an atmosphere where you can really enjoy yourself. You can really get out there. It's open for business. We're all happy. We're all going to get a beer at the weekend, and life is going to carry on and be fantastic once the COVID disappeared. But the reality of the situation is that there's lots of empty shops. There's lots of depressed folk because of a lot of mental health that's been happening during the COVID time. There's a lot of businesses that are worried about what the fundamentals are going to be going forward. Are they going to get business? Is business going to arrive? Or if you've got a holiday home, is it going to really be full? Are your staff going to really be happy? Are they going to be able to pay the bills that they've incurred before? And the reality is it's a mirage. It's tough. It's tough for the guys that have lost their jobs, because a lot of them want to go self-employed now, but they're worried. And it's tough for the people going forward that have had to become COVID efficient and have had to put a new business plan together where they don't actually know where the business plan's going, and say, hey, are we really going to do and make our money and be happy doing it, and be able to take a holiday and look after the family and stuff like that. So that's why I go back and say it is a mirage. There are some smokes and mirrors there, and nobody really knows what really is happening.
So, Alden, I mean, we'll talk about this some more, but what you're saying there is that there is a mindset that this narrative we're currently leading is false.
Yeah, I am saying it, and I hate to put it in such dramatic terms.
No, well, it's me drawing it from you.
Yeah, it is, because the reality is that to get forward and to move forward in business, you've got to have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of nous, and a lot of business savvy, because nobody really knows what's going to go on going forward. Nobody really knows what the economy is going to be like. No one really knows. And I keep going back to the holiday industry. I keep going back to shops, and this is my specialism. I was a previous shop owner with 3 shops and 5 market stores. Wow. And what it is that, are people going to turn up to buy your products in the summer if you're sitting in Camden Market? You don't really know.
Well, I mean, a lot of the stalls in Camden, the open air bit, how would they have survived? I mean, I haven't been up there, but yeah, it's a difficult one. Manuel, not Manuel, Manuel. Sorry, 40 Towers. The digital transformation in terms of the retail experience, in terms of the holiday experience, what can you bring to us?
There's a big change in all the world. Obviously, we were not allowed to go to the shopping mall or whatever you may call it. So the changes from the customers to gather all their needs, their foods, their coffee, their whatever they like, it changes a lot the world that we are living in. So if we are not changing in the pace the employees and the customer needs, there's going to be very difficult to be happy, obviously. Right. So in the end, if you have a happy employee that is giving all those needs to your customers, you will have happy customers and obviously happy employees in order to be more successful as a company.
Is there something that, because I'm fairly technology light, so that's my phone, so I wouldn't know about apps and things of today, but are there things to promote happiness that employers can do systemically?
Yes, of course, and I always put technology at the end as an enabler. But the first things you need to focus on, which are the process that the employee must follow in order to fulfill customer needs. And if there are, in a lot of organizations, very, very bad processes, but you have to stick on to the customer, obviously you will have an employee that is not happy doing one thing that this is bullshit, or I don't care why we are doing this because the customer needs other things. So in the end, you do not start with the technology. You start with what are the process and what are your business model needed to change to do in order for your company or your organization to succeed. So the technology comes way behind. It's at the enabler. It's at the end of all of this. So first, business model. Second, culture and process that you need to put in place in the right way in order to everybody be happy.
Okay, nice. So Sydney, coming to you, because otherwise we're going to end this episode without even speaking to you. You had spoken about the stress of social media, and I can definitely attest to it. So how can people be happy with social media?
Swear.
You aren't absolutely. That's why you're on the naughty list.
I will swear, trust me.
Well, that's why you're on the naughty list, because you're being naughty right now. So you're going to be on the naughty list if you keep talking like that.
No, because Father Christmas has not been very nice to me.
Because you're being naughty, so you're on the naughty list.
No, I'm not. I'm on the good list, actually.
You're not, because you ain't being good.
I am on the good list. If you keep saying that word again and again and again, I'm not on naughty list.
Father Christmas rang me last night when I was at work and said, you better tell Jackson to start being a good boy or he's going to stay on the naughty list and he won't get no presents for Christmas. That's what he said to me. So you got to start being a good boy.
Then I will do an uppercut to him.
No.